Hello again, Rebecca here, and welcome back to Scraps Saturday. This is a wonderful idea that my good friend MK came up with. She was inspired by our January hop of Baby Got Scraps and using up all of our scraps, that she came up with this fun idea that basically all the scraps that you use in a week would pretty much probably still be on your desk from the week. So when you come to Saturday, go ahead and make a layout using the scraps. Now, I don't really film like that. So, I mean, it's a great idea, and I was actually going to try it. But, yeah, I film like a couple weeks ahead of time so that I'm not under the gun and pressured for a deadline, which I know, obviously, I don't have to participate in these things, and this is just for fun. But I kind of make it like that so that I'm consistently always having wonderful content for you guys, or at least content. I don't know if it's wonderful. So, I am just pulling out my scraps from the various collections that I have been, or the projects that I have been working on, or a picture that I might want to do. And this one right here is my son's 8x8, which is now an 8x16 layout in my son's graduation album. And we have since been able to move into his party section. So this is the very first page that is going to go on his party, his graduation party. And I was going to do 2 8x8 albums because I thought I was going to have too many layouts to do one album total. So I was going to do one album each. But I did so good at keeping the lump and bump down and making 2-page spreads to document all the pictures and actually getting a lot of pictures on an 8x8 piece of paper that I'm able to do just one album. So I have another album. So I have 2 albums, but I'm going to have another one. To do something else in. So right here, these were part of his decorations at his party. And I only saved a few things, a few of the decorations and such. And I went ahead and I fussy cut out the 2020. And I took that is a blue from Stampin' Up. And then the black is also just from my stash. And the bottom, the ones that are on the left side of the page, they had the slat so that you could, stick something on it to make it stand up as the table center. So I just went ahead and cut the slat in the other 2 in the other O with the graduation hat so that I could do the same thing on the other side of the page. And my 2020, it's going to span across the 2 pages. So, and all I do is just stick it on there, and then I flip it over and washi tape it down so that it sticks, and then I come back in and I adhere everything to the page. Now I did the opposing colors, the blue on one side, the black on the other, and then just kept flipping them, and we're going to get this stuck down. Now I'm going to go ahead and only have 2 photos for this layout because it's the 2 pictures of my son before people got to the party. This was him helping set up for the party. And you will see in a minute that he is playing on his Nintendo Switch and not doing a darn thing because he said it was his day, which is totally fine. My fiance was cooking and I was decorating. I did, how some people do like the graduation picture wall? I did the graduation scrapbook wall. So the entire garage had like a clothesline string with layouts from my son from birth to this day. And actually on the door I found the pictures and got them scrapped of his very first day of pre-K, and then I had created a layout and waited for the pictures, and it said start to end, so it was his first day of school and his last day of school, and I thought that was totally cool. Anyway, digression. I do go ahead and cut the pictures down. And this one I'm going to go ahead and mat on a scrap there, which is that from the Coco Vanilla Legendary Collection. Oh, I love this collection, but let's be honest, guys. I love anything Coco Vanilla Studios. Like I do. I love that. I love that company. I just love that company. I do go ahead and trim that down with scissors. Not really worried about if it's perfectly straight or not, and I have a tendency to do that these days. I'm going to go ahead and layer that picture over there, and I am going to let it fall off the page at the top corner there. There's nothing very remarkable about that top corner, and I also like to make it look like it's grounded to the page. I do that a lot. We're going to go ahead and stick this one under the 2. under the bottom of the 2 and over the top of the 2. And again, we're just going to run that side off. I do not cut anything that is, you know, real importance. My kid's legs, but he doesn't need legs. I'm going to go ahead and take this other scrap that I have from the Coco from the Legendary Collection, and I cut off a 1-inch strip, and then there's a 3/4 inch strip left over that I'm going to run to cover that weird, wonky space between the 2s and the 0s. So we're just going to go ahead and cover that up. And for some reason, I left it on the one side because that's how it fit on the page. That's how it was on the picture, which I'm okay with, but I covered it on the other side. Really, that doesn't bother me as much as, I mean, you guys know when I'm so happy to my one subby I had a layout for this that was supposed to be Superstar, and that was the title, was Superstar, and I kept saying it, and I put it down on the page the way it fit best, which was Star Super. And I am so thankful to you for pointing that out because Star Super is just not cool. So I did go and change that one to Superstar. And I was like, I didn't even notice that. Like every time I looked at that, I never noticed that. Even when I went to change it, you guys, I still had a hard time figuring out what what was wrong with it. But it's fixed. I do go ahead and pull out again the word phrases, and I'm going to use the and fun. And I just go ahead and take my pen and I cross the words off so that when I'm looking for something, I know what words I've already used. I just find this is a helpful thing for me. And I also like tear half this packaging up trying to get it back in here. So I should have just used a Ziploc baggie. Why am I such a little, knucklehead? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the title on here. It's going to be The Fun Begins, because this is the beginning of the day, and that party started at noon, and it went until, it went about 12 hours. And it was just my family, just my brothers, my mom, my brother, my sister, their counterparts, and dogs. We had a lot of dog guests at the party. My mom and dad, and then my aunts and uncle and their kiddos, and that is really all we need to have a good old time. We played lots of games, washers, bags. It rained. It got hot, it got cold. You guys know. Midwest summer, right? I'm going to go ahead and take the clear stickers. And I really like this color matches. And I put it on the black side. You can't see it. Nope. But I couldn't get it back up. So then I had to make it look like that was a design principle. See how it looks there? Yeah, well, it doesn't look like that on the black side. But because I did it once, I had to do it a couple more times. So I add 2 more of these stars on here. All you can see is the shiny outline when the light hits it just right. And then I add the rest of those stars to the other side of the page. I will put 1 more down there at the bottom right after the begins. And those are glitter stickers that my son got at Walmart. He was there one day and he seen him having scrapbook stuff on sale. And he bought all of it because, one of everything. He bought 2 of the letter stickers and 1 of some other things. And he was like, it was on sale. Here, Mom. I go ahead and take this legendary sticker and put it over above that notebook punch that I just added that over there to fill up the area, because the graduation hat on the other 0 kind of fills that area up, and I didn't want it to look like it needed something. So I just had that piece sitting over. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these little wordy bits, and I stick them all over the page. And we're just getting our scraps used up. I really like using my scraps now. Isn't that weird? I hated saving scraps before. I'm going to go ahead and create a cute little cluster over here, just because I can. And that is going to do it for the 6x12 paper pad. I am going to go ahead and pull out one of these flare buttons, and it says, that's my boy, because that's my boy right there, playing video games, trying to avoid doing the manual labor, because that's my boy. He's always playing video games, right? And I'm going to stick that over right there and make that, and just hold that down with the wet adhesive. This video is quickly coming to an end after I add a couple white enamel dot sections. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a question, comment, or concerns down below. All of your likes, loves, comments, subscriptions make my heart very happy, and I do appreciate it. And that's going to do it. We're going to have a couple close-ups, but this is a pretty easy layout, and I really like the way it looked. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful, scrappy day. Bye.